We are here at Joe Wolf Field in North Adams, Massachusetts for the 24th annual New England Collegiate Baseball League All-Star Game. Darren Zaslau with you here, joined alongside the voice of the Vermont Mountaineers and All-Star broadcaster for the Northern Division, Jasper Goodman. Jasper, what a gorgeous day of baseball we have here in Western Massachusetts.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you, there's a lot of things about the All-Star Game that the league does all year to make sure this is such a great event. The one thing that we can't predict every year is the weather, and blue skies above us right now. So I think we really struck a great day here in Western Mass for baseball, and a great day of festivities here for the league and for all these players who are looking to show off in front of scouts from every major league organization behind us.
The top talent will be on display here. It's the Northern Division All-Stars taking on the Southern Division All-Stars. The Northern Division team managed by Jason Safarsky from the Upper Valley Nighthawks and the rest of his coaching staff. The Southern Division managed by Jim Sorrow with the Ocean State Waves and the rest of his coaching staff. Of course, two excellent coaching staffs here today, Jasper, with both of these teams. Two very competitive teams as well going at it.
Well, absolutely. I mean, they are what they're billed as, all-star teams. I mean, you and I both doing prep work over the last couple days going through the numbers of these guys. I mean, these are all guys who are having outstanding seasons offensively and defensively, and that's what's gotten them here. And these are the two first-place coaches in the Northern and Southern divisions, respectively. Jason Safarsky from the Upper Valley Nighthawks in his first year with UV and has had an unbelievable amount of success. His pitching staff has been absolutely excellent. He has more pitchers on the NECBL Northern Division All-Star staff than any other team. He'll look to keep the winning going here today in North Adams with his Northern Division team.
Getting the start on the mound for the Northern Division All-Stars, it's Blake Whitney from South Carolina Upstate. And for the Southern Division team, it's Ben White from Holy Cross. You bring up pitching, Jasper. That's going to be a key here today.
Absolutely. Blake Whitney on the mound for the Northern Division. That's a guy who has, I think it was a pretty easy decision for these coaches to decide who was going to start on the hill for the Northern Division. I mean, this is a guy who is very close to breaking the single-season strikeout record in the NECBL, and that's really the number that jumps out at you when you look at Blake Whitney. His strikeout numbers are just absolutely through the roof, and that's been his go-to. He's a strikeout guy. He hardly walks anyone, and they'll look to get some success from him today in the All-Star game.
We'll see what Ben White can do as well from Plymouth, a strikeout guy as well. A very competitive pitching matchup on the mound. But for now, we'll set the scene for you. Lots of fantastic pregame festivities to take place here at Joe Wolf Field at 3:15. That will be the 60-yard dash. We'll see who the fastest runner in the New England Collegiate Baseball League is. And then at 3:30, it's time for the Home Run Derby as the power hitters will be on display here in North Adams, Massachusetts. Alongside Jasper Goodman, I'm Darren Zaslau. We will have the call for you for the 60-yard dash, the Home Run Derby, and the 2017 New England Collegiate Baseball League All-Star Game. This is all here for you on the NECBL Broadcast Network. We are here live at Joe Wolf Field in North Adams, Massachusetts. It's the 24th annual New England Collegiate Baseball League All-Star Game. Darren Zaslau with you here, voice of the Newport Gulls, joined alongside the voice of the Vermont Mountaineers representing the Northern Division. He's an all-star broadcaster as well, Jasper Goodman. Jasper, we've talked about it. What a gorgeous, gorgeous afternoon it is to begin the All-Star Game festivities. Of course, starting at 3:15, we'll have the 60-yard dash. At 3:30, it's the Home Run Derby. Around 5:10, that's when the All-Star Game pregame festivities will begin. 5:30 is when we are expecting first pitch to be thrown, or at least around that mark. We'll start talking about the 60-yard dash, Jasper, because tons of talent will be put on display here, and really just throughout the course of this afternoon and evening.
Absolutely, and we talked about the weather, and interestingly enough, these events have actually been going on all day here in North Adams, because this started early at 9 this morning when the NECBL start beginning a new tradition this year, a scouting showcase for players who didn't make the All-Star Game, but guys who GMs and coaches around the league feel have good stuff for pitchers or just are All-Star game, but certainly have pro potential. Rising juniors and seniors in college, the guys who can be drafted at the end of the year, those guys were able to show off in front of a whole bunch of Major League scouts here earlier today. But you said it, first up the 60-yard dash, and be interested to see how it plays out. I think you got a lot of guys who have a lot of speed. Basically the fastest guy from just about every team in the league has been nominated by their general manager to be in this 60-yard dash. And the guy I'm going to have my eye on is Tucker Bradley, who has 21 stolen bases on the season. He's been caught 6 times, only twice by a catcher. And so, in other words, those other times he was picked off or got caught in a rundown or whatnot, and only twice he has been thrown out by a catcher. Guy with a lot of speed, but one thing about the 60-yard dash is, a dash is different than just stealing a base or having natural or pure speed. In that, I think that the guys who maybe have run track in the past and have more experience doing races like this will maybe be better fit for this or be better suited for this because they're more accustomed to running in 60-yard dash like races. But obviously a lot of guys who have a lot of speed going to be competing against one another here today.
So with that being said, let's take you through our 60-yard dash runners here this afternoon. We have Zeke Lewis from Kentucky. He represents the Danbury Westerners. Tucker Bradley, like Jasper mentioned, from the University of Georgia. He represents the Keene Swamp Bats. Tommy Jew representing UC Santa Barbara and the Mystic Schooners. Nick Michelli representing Wagner and the Mystic Schooners. Dante Baldelli representing Boston College and the New Bedford Bay Sox. Curtis Goodman from UCLA. He represents the North Adams Steeplecats, who are hosting this all-star game here this afternoon and tonight. Dylan Resk out of Stony Brook representing the Ocean State Waves. Colby Mayola from UMass Lowell and the Sanford Mainers. Anthony Godino from Wagner and the Upper Valley Nighthawks. Nico Holsizer from Morehead State and the Valley Blue Sox. He will also be participating in the Home Run Derby as well. And then finally, Otis Statham Jr. from Nevada and the Vermont Mountaineers. What a field this is. And Jasper, you were talking about Tucker Bradley. That's someone to keep an eye on for sure. I absolutely think Curtis Goodman is someone that fans have to take a look at. He represents UCLA and the host here, the North Adams Steeplecats. And the reason I bring him up, he ran track at Mater Dei High School, was a 2014 California State champion in the 100 meter and the 200 meters. He also holds his high school record in numerous track events, in the 100, the 200, the 400, and the 4x100 relay. And perhaps the most interesting thing about Goodman, he was the number 3 overall ranked track and field recruit in the entire nation. Those rankings released by USA Today. Someone certainly to keep your eye on. I don't know if we should call him the favorite, but definitely someone who I think will make his presence known, specifically in this 60-yard dash. And what a field this is. And Joe Wolf Field certainly has the history behind it. It's believed that Babe Ruth played here, similar in a way to the history behind Cardines Field, where this all-star game was last year in 2016. Partly cloudy skies here in northwestern Massachusetts. This field pretty much located in a valley between a few mountains that are all in your distance and on your screen in front of you. And Jasper, we were here last night as the Newport Gulls defeated North Adams 7-5, and you could just get a great vibe of the community embracing this event. I hope that you felt the same way as you walked in the Joe Wolf Field here today.
Well, absolutely, and I think that's a huge testament to the Steeplecats organization, which has made this an entire weekend of festivities for the town of the city of North Adams that they put on. They had a volleyball tournament here yesterday and 5K. So I think that the league has continued year in and year out to improve upon the All-Star game and add more things to the All-Star game, be it for the players or for all the participants, the fans who are coming out here to Joe Wolf Field today. And we couldn't have asked for a nicer weekend. Hardly any clouds in the sky, and all white ones above us as blue skies, sun shining here down on the Joe as we get set for the 60-yard dash.
Certainly an exciting event. Your local weather here in North Adams, Massachusetts. Once again, Joe Wolf Field, the site for the All-Star Game. 78 degrees and sunny, 6-mile-per-hour winds. Why do we bring up weather? Well, of course, perfect afternoon and evening for baseball. But in 2015, the NECBL All-Star Game hosted by the Sanford Mainers, that was rained out. So I was telling Jasper before the broadcast, and this being my second year here in the NECBL when I was back with the Danbury Westerners in 2015, you cannot take excellent weather for granted. And here today, we're seeing that, just a gorgeous, gorgeous afternoon and evening for baseball. So once again, to sort of set the scene for you, the 60-yard dash, that'll start at 3:15, about a couple minutes away from our runners taking off. After that at 3:30, it's the Home Run Derby. And then the All-Star Game pregame festivities, that begin at 5:10. We're going to assume around the 5:30 p.m. mark or near that time is when the first pitch between the Northern and Southern Division All-Stars will be thrown. Once again, the Northern Division team managed by Jason Safarski of the Upper Valley Nighthawks and the rest of his staff. The Southern Division managed by Jim Sorrow from the Ocean State Waves and the rest of his coaching staff. Jasper, I'm excited. I think this is going to be a fantastic event. And once again, tip our cats to the North Adams Steeple Cats organization for hosting such a fantastic day of festivities.
Absolutely. One other thing I want to mention is that this broadcast is available to watch for free online. So if you're listening on the internet, click on over to the Watch Now tab, because the All-Star Game is free to watch here today as we come to you live from North Adams.
Free to watch and free to listen. And because this is being watched, we have to acknowledge Shannon Carlson and Tom Lima, our producers here from the Newport Gulls, brought the camera systems, the graphic system, the instant replay system all up to North Adams. We thank them for their hard work and passion. That is, of course, being put on display right in front of you on your screen. As there you can see, we're about to get ready for this 60-yard dash. That is starting at 3:15. Just a few short minutes away, and we've already talked about the field for you in that, and we've talked about Curtis Gooden, we've talked about Tucker Bradley, but certainly that's just a few of these talented runners that we are getting ready to take a look at.
And, we talk about the great festivities that we have on here, and this is obviously a fun day for us, the staffers here and the broadcasters, and all the fans around the league to be a part of. But for the players, really what this is to get a look from all the scouts, from all the MLB organizations who are here in attendance today. And, you'll see scouts around the league. You'll see them coming to ballparks, but they are here en masse at Joe Wolf Field today. And if you look at the guys who have come through the NECBL All-Star Game in the past, well, let me put it this way. The last time an All-Star Game was held here at Joe Wolf Field in North Adams, the starting pitcher, Steven Strasburg. That was in 2007. And undoubtedly, everybody here in this All-Star Game today hopes that they will follow in those big shoes.
Absolutely. There you can see on your screen in front of you our 60-yard dash runners here getting loose, getting the legs stretched out, of course. This is how the 60-yard dash works. Each runner will get one chance to run the 60-yard dash. They'll get their time. Those times will be ranked. The top two runners in this 60-yard dash will then run again in what we want to call the de facto championship round. Whoever has the fastest time in this 60-yard dash will be crowned the champion. So basically, Jasper, 2 rounds here of this 60-yard dash. You have your preliminary round to get your top 2 fastest times, and then your championship run between the top 2 fastest times. But just to name a few of these other runners, you have to keep your eye on, of course, Nico Holsizer, who's going to be in the NECBL Home Run Derby. He led all of Division I in home runs with 27. We'll talk more about Holsizer later. But had an incredible year at Morehead State. He hit 349 and really was an unbelievable player. He was named the first team All-American by Collegiate Baseball, National Collegiate Baseball Writers Association, and by Perfect Game and Rawlings, along with College Sports Madness. So definitely someone else to kind of keep your eye on as our runners are continuing to get loose, located down that left field line, stretching out the legs and getting ready to go.
And the first 2 runners will be from the New Bedford Baystocks, the hometown North Adams Steeple Cats, Dante Baldelli and Curtis Goodman. We spoke of Goodman earlier, 3 stolen bases on the season. Baldelli from the New Bedford Bay Sox will be the first runner of the day. He has 4 swiped bags on the year, and he will get us going this afternoon.
Dante Baldelli. If the Baldelli name sounds familiar, the Boston College product, his brother is Rocco Baldelli. He played for the Boston Red Sox and the Tampa Bay Rays from 2003 until 2010. So Rocco Baldelli, certainly a prominent face in Major League Baseball. And Baldelli, Dante, we should say, at Boston College, he played in 33 games, made 17 starts. He hit .085, had 5 hits and 59 at-bats. And like Jasper mentioned, he is the first runner of this 60-yard dash, and certainly should be an exciting player to watch for sure.
That's interesting. Rocco Baldelli, a guy who had a lot of speed himself, was used often in his time with the Red Sox as a pinch runner. Was actually something of a fan favorite in Boston when he was there, though he didn't see an extended period of time. Now, he had some sort of illness, I believe, that forced him to leave Major League Baseball, and was talked about at the time as a guy who could potentially come back to coach a team.
And we can see on the field. So one runner will be running at a time, as we'll see what looks like Curtis Goodman, who will get set to take off. We talked about Goodman, a 2014 California State champion in the 100 and 200 meters, represents UCLA. Gets running. They'll be running from down the left field line towards home plate. As Goodman, as you can see on your screen in front of you, getting ready to take off towards home plate. Now he's off. Ran track at Mater Dei High School, finishing strong right there. California State champion in 2014 in the 100 and 200 meters, also holds the Mater Dei High School fastest school record in the 100, 200, 400, and 4x100 meter relay. He was ranked the number 3 overall track and field recruit in the nation by USA Today, and Goodman finishes with a 6.45 time, Jasper. That's a great start.
That's pretty good, and that will set the pace for the rest of the day, as Dante Baldelli from the New Bedford Bay Sox in BC will head off for our second runner. They go at the drop of the hat.
Baldelli off. We talked about him, the brother of Rocco Baldelli, a Major League Baseball player. Sprinting through the finish line right there. A Boston College product representing the New Bedford Bay Sox, Dante Baldelli. His brother Rocco Baldelli played for the Boston Red Sox. And Baldelli finishes with a 6.79 time. So still, Curtis Goodman from UCLA with a pretty commanding lead. And in this 60-yard dash, 0.3 of a second may not seem like a lot, Jasper. It's certainly a considerable difference.
Absolutely, and you said it. Goodman really sets the pace for the rest of the day here and for the rest of the dash, as Dylan Resk from the Ocean State Waves taking off now, going down that left field line.
And Stony Brook as well. Hit 270 in 40 starts for Stony Brook. Played in 45 games. 6.65 time, and that may not have been Dylan Resk. We may have gotten a late change.
Looks like we did, as Resk not running the 60-yard dash today.
Interesting. Daniel Keating was actually running in the Dylan Resk spot. And now we'll see what Zeke Lewis can do from the Danbury Westerners out of Kentucky. Very talented player. Now he takes off. Zeke Lewis played in 28 games for Kentucky. You can see on your screen in front of you, he's sprinting towards home plate to complete his 60-yard dash time. Named the 2016 SEC First Year Academic Honor Roll did Zeke Lewis.
white bags on the season for Danbury.
The time for Zeke Lewis is a 6.76.
Zeke Lewis finishing with a 6.76 time. Still Curtis Gooden from UCLA
From the Upper Valley Nighthawks,
leading the 60-yard dash in terms of time. Had a 6.45. Dante Baldelli also ran. He was at 6.79. Daniel Keating at 6.65 from Ocean State. Zeke Lewis just ran as well.
That's going to bring us to Anthony Godino from the Upper Valley Nighthawks, I believe. As he takes off, that looks like a very strong run down the left field line. Godino hitting .333, a very impressive season for UV so far. He has 11 stolen bases. That's the second most of anybody competing in this 60-yard dash.
For Anthony Godino is a 6.58.
So that will be good for second place now at this point, as he finishes with a 6.58.
Representing the Valley Blue Sox.
And that'll bring up Nico Holsizer, who is competing in both of the skills competitions. He'll be in the home run derby later. He won the college home run derby in Omaha. And in the 60-yard dash here, Holsizer hitting .243 for the Valley Blue Sox, has 4 stolen bases on the season, as a bigger guy out of Moorhead State. As he stands down that left field line, now takes off down as he comes flying in past the third base bag and finishes strong, as we'll await his time. Right now, the leaderboard, Curtis Gooden, the first run of the day, leads with a 6.45, and Anthony Godino from Upper Valley in second with a 6.58.
Nico Holsizer getting his time now. 6.57 for Holsizer.
Yeah, that'll move him into second place as Ryan Murphy, the field announcer, makes the point. So the leaderboard now goes to Curtis Gooden from North Adams, Holsizer in second, and Godino in third by a tenth of a second.
So here's Colby Mayola from UMass Lowell representing the Sanford Mainers. They drop the hat and he's off.
Mayola takes off down that left field line. He has 4 stolen bases on the season, also having an impressive season offensively, hitting .275 as he finishes just beyond that third base. And we will await the time for Colby Mayola.
Colby Mayola is a 6.70.
He gets a 6.7.
And it looks like we have Gulls field reporter for the Southern Division, Dave Peck, chatting with Mayola. We'll see if we can grab his thoughts.
How are you excited to be able to participate in this event? You got a great atmosphere. You got a lot of major league scouts. What's going through your head?
I mean, it's awesome. I'm just trying to have as much fun with it as I can, because you don't know how many more opportunities you're going to get. You always hope that there's another one, but you never really know. So yeah, you just got to really make the most of it.
And how is the NECBL playing this season compared to how you do at UMass Lowell? What's the difference in competition like?
It's pretty similar. It's really consistent, which is good for summer ball. You don't have that one guy out of the pen that you're kind of like, oh, all right, well, I can kind of take this at bat off. You can't do that here. Especially can't do that at school. So it's good to kind of keep up that competition level.
All right, thanks, Colby. Enjoy the day.
Otis Statham running for the Vermont Mountaineers, scoring a 6.7, as that'll move him into 6th place here, I believe. And from the Mystic Schooners now, we have, I believe that's Tommy Jew. The Mystic Schooners sending Tommy Jew and Nick Michelli both running the 60-yard dash.
That one might have been Michelli, and out of Wagner, representing Mystic. He hit .374 in 47 starts for Wagner this past season. We'll get his time. 6.70 for Michelli. We'll send things back down to Dave Peck momentarily as well.
How did that feel?
I was nervous, I'm not going to lie. I mean, there's a bunch of fast guys. You're going up against fast guys in the league. So just trying to run my best and see what happens.
So many people here, Major League Scouts, so many people watching. How do you kind of block that out when you're getting ready to run that?
You just got to remember you're running it because this is one of your tools, so you just got to trust what you have and just let it go.
Now, this is your 3rd season with the Schooners. What brings you back to Groton, Connecticut, playing at Fitch High School, a field where I played, and Mystic, Connecticut in general? What brings you back for the 3rd season?
Everything about it. The coaches, the players they bring in every year. The host family I'm living with, the same one for the 3rd year. I love them. It's just a great experience overall.
You guys are currently in 2nd place in that Southern Division. You guys clinch your playoff spot. What are your expectations going forward?
You play to win every game, so try not to expect anything less than that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Nick Michelli. Nick, enjoy the rest of your day here.
Thank you.
This is Michael Lescio from Ocean State running as well. His time to beat was a 6.5 second to try and push him into 2nd place.
The time for Michael Alessio is a 6.77.
And Alessio runs a 6.77, so from what it looks like going to be in our final round, it's going to be Curtis Gooden from UCLA representing
From the Valley Blue Sox,
the North Adams Steeplecats.
Holsizer.
Nico Holsizer will get a spot in the final round. He ran a 6.57. He will face off against Curtis Gooden. So I think the top 2 runners facing off in the final round. So Gooden with a 6.45 in the first time, and Holsizer with a 6.57. Be interested to see. You think the time slowed down in their 2nd time through? It's a hot day here. They've already had to run it once.
Yeah, you have to wonder how their legs are feeling, and what a matchup this is. Curtis Gooden from UCLA and the North Adams Steeplecats, Nico Holsizer from Morehead State and the Valley Blue Sox. It's a battle of the number of an All-American, really, in Holsizer. And for Gooden, he was the number 3 ranked overall track and field recruit in the nation by USA Today. Holsizer being named the first-team All-American by Collegiate Baseball, National Collegiate Baseball Writers Association, Perfect Game in Rawlings, and College Sports Madness. So what a matchup this is, Jasper, between Holsizer and Gooden.
And Tucker Bradley from the Keene Swampbats, I guess, not running the 60 as we didn't see him go. So these two will face off in the final round, and 2 impressive times the first time through, and now I believe they will still run separately.
That's what the rule was, is that they will run on their own, and as it probably should be, because that's a way to get a more accurate time, and you also have players that are going off of their own rhythm, off of their own first movement.
Will go on the drop of the hat when all 3 men are ready.
And they'll go off the drop of the hat from what it looks like, but still going on their own, and we'll see who will be going first.
I think Daniel Keating from the Ocean State Waves is also in there with them.
Representing that number 3 spot. So it's Keating, Holsizer, and Gooden. Curtis Gooden representing North Adams. Daniel Keating representing Ocean State. Nico Holsizer representing Valley. Gooden's time, he led the pack at 6.45. Holsizer in there right behind him at 6.57, and Daniel Keating at 6.65. So we'll see. Maybe they're all going together. Kind of hard to tell how they want to do this. They're all going to be going off the hat.
I think they're all going to go together.
How about that? Makes it a little more interesting. Holsizer, Keating, and Gooden from our left to right up here. And they're all off. Tons of speed running towards home plate. Curtis Gooden out in front. He leads the pack. He's going to win the NECBL 60-yard dash.
That is a very impressive run from him as he comes flying all the way down that left field line, not fully coming into the lead until the very end there, and he breaks away from the other 2. And be interested to see what his time is, but he clearly comes away with the W.
Curtis Gooden. We talked about him. Representing UCLA and the hosts here of 2017 NECBL All-Star Game, the North Adams Steeplecats. Gooden winning the 60-yard dash, the 2014 California State champion in the 100 meter and 200 meters. Also representing Mater Dei High School. Held the Mater Dei High School records in the 100 meter, the 200 meter, the 400 meter, and the 4x100 meter relay. The number 3 overall ranked track and field recruit in the nation by USA Today. He is your 2017 NECBL 60-yard dash champion. Congratulations to Goodman. And momentarily we'll send things down to the field. Looks like Ryan Murphy with Curtis Goodman, the 2016 NECBL fastest man champion.
A little sluggish after the whole season, but just got pumped up with adrenaline and just try to win.
Yeah, you talked about the adrenaline. Did it help? You got to run, a lot of people here that are Steeplecats fans that have supported you all season long. That had to help to run in front of your home fans.
No, it definitely did. Racing against 2 other guys too was also fun. It just makes it more exciting for us. I think more exciting for the fans.
Curtis, congratulations. He is the fastest man in the NECBL as we now prepare for the most powerful men in the NECBL, the Home Run Derby. Guys, back up to you up top.
Thanks so much, Ryan. Well, congratulations to Curtis Goodman from UCLA and the North Adams Steeplecats. Goodman's first time in the preliminary round at 6.45. Then he was able to defeat Nico Holsizer from Morehead State and the Valley Blue Sox, and Daniel Keating from Ocean State in the championship round. And Jasper, you called that one perfectly, because I'll tell you what, you could see that Goodman was able to kind of gain speed there towards the back 20, 30 yards of that dash.
Right, and I think we talked about this before. I think what that is he's run track before. He's more familiar with running in such a way, and there's a difference between running fast, like all these base stealers can, and running fast and winning a 60-yard dash, which he did impressively well right there, pulling away from his other 2 competitors. And I really like having them run against each other. You can see how it all unfolds there, and you don't just get the times as the 3 finalists all run against each other. And Goodman, the hometown boy, coming away with the W as he does so in front of his Steeplecats fans here at home at Joe Wolf Field.
Goodman certainly one of the favorites, and was a person we said to kind of keep an eye on, especially in that 60-yard dash. Congratulations to Curtis Goodman from UCLA and the North Adams Steeplecats. Well, don't go anywhere. This is the NECBL Broadcast Network. We hope you are enjoying watching and listening to the 24th Annual New England Collegiate Baseball League All-Star Game alongside the voice of the Vermont Mountaineers, and representing the Northern Division, the All-Star broadcaster Jasper Goodman. I am Darren, Zaslau representing the Southern Division and the Newport Gulls. The Home Run Derby is up next. Should be a fantastic display of talent and power here at Joe Wolf Field in North Adams, Massachusetts. This is the NECBL Broadcast Network. Back here at Joe Wolf Field, Newport Gulls field reporter and Southern Division field reporter Dave Peck talking with Dave Snyder. We'll see what they have to say down there.
And that goes into, that home run swing, since you guys were able to get that win over North Adams yesterday.
You don't want to do too much, but you definitely want to try to lift the ball as much as you can. That's probably the only difference.
Now, I've noticed that I don't want to say much, but there's a little bit of a wind coming in from right field. As a lefty, that might affect things. What are your thoughts there?
Hopefully it doesn't play too big of a factor. Maybe just hit one through the wind, and we'll see how it goes.
Now, you're batting second to last. Obviously, you were last year. You would have liked to go last again this year. Not really sure, what the Plymouth organization pulled to get their guy there. But anyways, you're second to last. What are you going to do for the next 30 minutes while you're waiting around?
Hopefully stay loose. It's good to see what the other guys are hitting, so being last is an advantage.
Certainly gives you an advantage. Best of luck in this year's Home Run Derby, Gabe.
That was Dave Peck, Southern Division field reporter representing the Newport Gulls, with Gabe Snyder, also representing the Newport Gulls, a first baseman from Wright State. He will be participating in the NECBL's Home Run Derby that will be taking place here shortly. Gabe Snyder, the Home Run Derby champion from last year in 2016, hit 20 home runs in the final round, and that helped propel him to victory. So Gabe Snyder, the defending NECBL Home Run Derby champion, looking to retain his in North Adams, Massachusetts. Joe Wolf Field, the site for the New England Collegiate Baseball League All-Star Game, the 24th annual All-Star Game here in the NECBL. The league's talent has been on display, and it all started around the 9 o'clock a.m. mark this morning for the All-Star Showcase, where players throughout the league able to showcase their skills in batting practice, a bullpen, also in fielding sessions as well, being able to showcase themselves and their talent in front of all the Major League Baseball scouts here. It's believed that all MLB scouts from all the teams in the MLB are here in attendance, taking notes on some of the league's best here in the New England Collegiate Baseball League. We are almost ready for the Home Run Derby to begin. Darren Zaslau with you here, joined alongside Jasper Goodman after Curtis Gooden won the 2017 NECBL 60-yard dash, qualified to get him into the championship round with a time of 6.45, where he defeated Valley's Nico Holsizer and Ocean State's Daniel Keating in that final sprint. And we're just about ready for the Home Run Derby. Jasper, your thoughts on that 60-yard dash? We were talking about the talent on display, and certainly it was noted.
Absolutely, and Curtis Gooden with an impressive finish there in front of all those scouts with probably about 100 different stopwatches down there, getting his time, and an impressive time, and he is now the fastest man in the New England Collegiate Baseball League officially, as he on the season has 3 stolen bases. He's hitting a .178 right now, but an impressively fast 60-yard dash there to take home the W in one of the NECBL's 2 skills competitions here at the NECBL All-Star Game in North Adams.
Well, what we'll do, let's take you through the field for the Home Run Derby. And of course, we talk about the field. We can't talk about the field without the field dimensions. 385 feet to deep center field. It's 358 feet in the alleys and 325 feet down the lines. You can tell slight winds, about 6 to 7 miles per hour, blowing in from right field. So Jasper, for left-handed hitters, this is no easy feat. And these fences here at the ballpark, this is certainly a pitcher's ballpark. It's going to definitely make things a little more challenging for our Home Run Derby contestants.
Well, I think generally around the NECBL, you see a lot of home run friendly ballparks. You've got one in Keene, you've got one in Danbury. The dimensions in Newport are short in some places, but you've got that tall fence all the way around, so I wouldn't necessarily call Cardines a homer friendly park, but Danbury and Keene for sure, with the short porches all the way around. But here in North Adams, I guess you could say it's more of a pitcher friendly park. 385 feet to dead center field. That's not the furthest of anywhere in the league. I believe Vermont actually has the furthest center field at 420 feet away from home plate. But certainly this is not a park that's conducive to a ton of home runs. So it should be interesting to see how the Home Run Derby goes here. I think you're going to see a lot of bombs, but you're going to see a lot of warning track power and a lot of almosts as well, as it takes power to get out of here. And you said it, with that wind blowing in from right field, left-handed hitters are going to have a hard time going yard here today.
Let's take you through the 13-contestant field. Giovanni Dinkong represents the Danbury Westerners and St. Thomas Aquinas. Rob Boselli III represents the Keene Swamp Bats and St. John's. Ryan Solomon from Mystic and Northeastern. Dan Schock from New Bedford and Sacred Heart. Gabe Snyder from Newport and Wright State. Dylan Paulson representing the hosts here, the North Adams Steeplecats and Southern California. Dylan Resk with the Ocean State Waves and Stony Brook. Liam Scafariello from Plymouth and Quinnipiac. Riley Pittman from Sanford and Arkansas Little Rock. Luke Reynolds from Upper Valley and Southern Miss. Nico Holsizer represents Valley and Moorhead State. Holsizer was able to go to the championship round in the NECBL 60-yard dash. Ryan Hugerwerf with Vermont and Portland. And finally, Kobe Claiborne with Winnipesaukee and Abilene Christian. Once again, a 13-contestant field here in the Home Run Derby. Again, your field dimensions: 325 feet down the lines, 358 feet in the alleys, 385 feet to deep center field. will say the fences here at the ballpark between 6 and 7 feet high. And what really is a gorgeous afternoon for the NECBL All-Star Game skills competitions.
Looks like the Upper Valley Nighthawks contestant, Luke Reynolds, hitting .302 on the season. He will, I believe, lead things off as he stands outside of the left-handed batter box.
There you have it.
Reynolds with 4 bombs on the year for the Upper Valley Nighthawks, who play at the Maxfield Sports Complex. Again, that's no bandbox down in White River Junction, but that certainly is a park where, well, it's not impossible to go yard there, but not knowing the dimensions off the top of my head, as he will stand in. And one of my favorite parts about the Home Run Derby in Major League Baseball is finding out who the pitchers are for all these guys. Looks like he's going to have one of his teammates throwing to him.
Either teammates or someone from the Upper Valley coaching staff. Kind of hard to tell from up here, but you're absolutely right, and that makes all the difference. The first round here in the NECBL Home Run Derby, 3 minutes. So you can take away the 10 outs. It's a 3-minute slate for these hitters to try and put as many over the fence as possible.
And we'll get the timer going in just a couple minutes here as Reynolds will be up against the clock, and that is a new change in the NECBL, and I gotta say I'm a big fan of it because having them battle the clock really adds another dimension to it.
We'll see what Reynolds can do. Representing the Upper Valley Nighthawks and Southern Miss. Transferred from Mississippi State to Southern Miss. He did not play in 2016. In 2015, though, with Mississippi State, he had .304 in 35 games played, had 28 hits, 21 walks, 12 RBI, and 6 doubles. Started 20 games, 17 at designated hitter, and 3 at third base.
As he crushes this one deep in the air to right, about a foot shy of the warning track out there. No home runs yet, about 38 seconds in. He laces one down the right field line, falling in foul territory. And this one is lifted high down in right field, and that ball will get out of here by a long shot. Another one lifted to the same spot. That one two-hops the fence. As this one driven to the same spot out in right center field, and that ball is gone into the playground. Sinking line drive out into right center field, and we said it, this can be tough for left-handed hitters, and he is pounding that right side of the field right now.
Already 2 home runs for Reynolds through about a minute and 13 seconds.
As he crushes this one down the left field line, that's a double if we're playing in a game here, but it's just shy of the fence. That one lifted out towards the foul pole, but it's going to fall just short of the fence. Again, the outs don't hurt you. You can forget about 10 outs. These balls falling out in the outfield don't hurt you. They don't count against you. But you need to get as many home runs as you can in 3 minutes. He's about a minute and 45 seconds into his time.
Reynolds 6'1", 215 pounds. He resides in Forest, Mississippi. A rising junior at Southern Miss. And also what you may not know about Reynolds, and what is very common among a lot of other players here in the All-Star Game, a lot of the multi-sport athletes. Reynolds won a state championship in football in 2010, and he earned second-team All-State honors in 2012. He also played soccer back in high school, so tons of athleticism here for Luke Reynolds, who is now 2 minutes and 20 seconds into his 3-minute home run derby slate.
Hitting .302 on the season for the Upper Valley Nighthawks. 2 bombs so far in the derby as he lines this one down a right field line, but on the ground. His 25 RBIs on the year. This one hit to dead center field, pretty deep, back by the wall, and that ball is gone. That's his 3rd bomb. About 15 seconds left here, up against the clock, as the BP pitcher's got to get these out. Under 10 seconds left as this one's lifted out to left field. And he is out of time. So 3 bombs for Luke Reynolds out of Upper Valley. He has 4 home runs on the NECBL season.
And it looks like that's it for Reynolds. 3 home runs, 2 of them to right field, Jasper, 1 to deep center field. That ball had to have been hit about 400 feet. That deep center field fence here at the ballpark, 385 feet. The scoreboard is located beyond the left field fence. It's green and white, the American flag waving above it, and slight winds here. And it looks like now, representing the New Bedford Bay Sox, this is Dan Schock from Sacred Heart.
Schock on the season for New Bedford, 7 bombs on the year, and that is a lot on a 2-month NECBL season.
We'll see what Schock can do out of Sacred Heart. Hammers this one to left center field. That one hops the wall. Definitely a pull side gap park. He hits his first one out of the park. Drills this one now to left field. That's his 3rd home run already, and he's done it in about 30 seconds or so. This one hammered towards that scoreboard, and that one hops the fence. 325 feet down the lines. 4 now for Schock.
He is just mashing right now, hitting these balls high in the air, all of them to left field.
Drills that one to left center. This one into center field. Really finding a rhythm at the plate. 7 home runs here for Schock. Doing a very nice job. Hit 4 home runs this past spring at Sacred Heart. 23 RBI, a .361 slugging percentage. In 2016, though, he was number 3 in the Northeast Conference in home runs with 9, also at Sacred Heart. Schock representing New Bedford. Crushes that one to left center field. That one is gone. He's with 7. Really finding a rhythm at the plate. Just hit his 8th home run. That one over the left center field fence. Really doing a great job. Making it look easy, Jasper.
Yeah, and he is really having a good session here as another one. And they're going to say that does not count as just after the time, but another one crushed out to left field. He hit all of his bombs there to left and left center.
So he's going to take his break from what it looks like. 11 home runs for Schock, and they probably allow a little bit of a breather, a little bit of a break, as they do in the MLB Home Run Derby. You can take that break whenever you want in that first round. Schock, with 53 seconds remaining, does have 11 home runs already. He is the clear leader thus far after Luke Reynolds from Upper Valley and Southern Miss hit 3. And Jasper, we talked about it. It's tougher, especially with these winds blowing in about 6 to 7 miles per hour, for left-handed hitters to win this thing.
Absolutely, and we saw it in the 60-yard dash. A good time to start off, and Schock's got some pretty good numbers here. He's just the 2nd hitter to go, so that's really going to set the pace for the rest of this home run derby.
So after his breather, he's ready to dig back in. 11 home runs for Schock, about 45 seconds left to swing here in this first round. Schock with Sacred Heart and the New Bedford Bay Sox. 2016, he led the team and the Northeast Conference with 9 home runs. Tied for 7th in Sacred Heart's single season records. Also played 2 years of basketball at Cheshire High School. Schock with 11. Hits that one high in the air to deep left field. And that one is gone. He has 12. Schock really doing a great job here. Now with 14. And the time is up for Schock, who who gets one more swing from what it looks like up here as his 3 minutes are up. Schock clearly in the lead, representing the New Bedford Bay Sox, and got all of that one. Hit that one to deep left center field. That one is gone as well. 15 home runs for Dan Schock. Easily in first place, beating Luke Reynolds from Upper Valley. And Schock put on some display of power, Jasper.
Absolutely, and really just mashing all of these out to left field as a very impressive BP session from there. He goes yard 15 times in 3 minutes, and he took that break and actually wasn't as strong after he took that break, and coming back and hitting 2 more before he hit 1 on his final ball there. Everybody gets one last ball after their 3 minutes is up, one last swing I should say, as it looks like we're going to have Danbury's representative now. I believe that's
Giovanni Dinkong, absolutely.
Gio Dinkong, 13 home runs on the season, and he broke the NECBL's all-time home run record this year.
This past spring, he hit 20 at St. Thomas Aquinas, had an unbelievable year, played 61 games and hit 302. Drills that one to left field, already 1 for Dinkong, 1 home run for the right-handed hitter.
You know, we talk about coming into the home run derby. You know, Nico Holsizer has to be the favorite, let's say, because he took the college home run derby. But you know, you got a lot of these guys, and it's just on any given day it can be different given how guys are feeling. And Dinkong, another guy to really watch out for, as he has 4 bombs already.
Already 4 for Dinkong. Give him 5. Out of St. Thomas Aquinas, putting on a display of power. Now with 6. Hitting the majority of these to left field or left center. At St. Thomas Aquinas, a .403 on-base percentage, 52 RBI, the 20 home runs. Dinkong was named the 2017 All-East Coast Conference first team. He led St. Thomas Aquinas in home runs, RBIs, and slugging percentage as he drills another one to left field, his 7th home run. Also led the team in stolen bases with 25, so Dinkong really does it all. He's having an incredible year in Danbury as well.
Hitting .312 on the season with 13 bombs for the Westerners, an impressive offensive season for him. And interestingly enough, Dinkong has also seen 1 appearance on the mound, and though he has a 9 ERA, he finished with the win in his lone appearance on the hill for the Westerners.
Has 8 home runs now, just drilled another one over that left field fence. This one to deep left center, that one off the fence.
29 RBIs on the season for the right-hander.
Really doing a great job here. The power has been put on display. Hits that one a long way to right center field. That one off the warning track.
Dinkong 6'2", 230 pounds, excuse me.
Dinkong now with 9. Can we give him 10? Yes, we can. Another one over the scoreboard out there in left field.
Trying to catch New Bedford's Dan Schock, 15.
Out of Sacred Heart, Schock had an excellent first round. Now with 12, Dinkong goes yard over the left field fence. What a display of power from the right-handed hitting Giovanni Dinkong, representing Danbury. Just went yard again with 13. And Dinkong he's got 4 seconds and called timeout right before his last swing.
I think he called time at 50, so he has 6 seconds left, I believe. At 2:54, he called time, I believe.
Giovanni Dinkong representing Danbury. Looks like
out of baseballs.
Out of baseballs. How about that?
He's gone yard too many times. They're going to run through a decent amount of baseballs. A lot of souvenirs out in that right center field playground out there.
Ding Kong hammers this one to left center field. And that one is way gone. 15 home runs for Giovanni Ding Kong. That's how his first round ends. He ties Dan Schock from Sacred Heart and New Bedford. But what a start here, Jasper, from these right-handed hitters. Ding Kong with the Westerners. And St. Thomas Aquinas with 15. Schock with Sacred Heart and the Bay Sox with 15 as well. They're both tied for the lead. Then you have Luke Reynolds from Upper Valley and Southern Miss. He hit 3. So we'll see what an Ocean State Wave can do. This is Dylan Resk from Stony Brook. He hit 13 home runs this year. Made 40 starts and played in 45 games. He hit 270. Resk with tons of power from the right side. I mean, Jasper, the list goes on and on and on in terms of how much talent is on display here in North Adams, and it looks like Dave Peck is standing alongside Giovanni Ding Kong.
How'd it feel out there?
Oh, it's tiring.
Yeah, it looked like around 50 seconds, you maybe grabbing your lower back or something, and just a little gassed.
Yeah, I pitched yesterday, so I'm feeling it in every parts of my body right now.
Well, you definitely did a good job tying Dan Schock with 15 there. You had 14 on your last pitch. What's going through your head there?
I just got one in the air. Just got one in the air, that was it.
Now, how excited are you, how honored are you to be here at the NECBL All-Star Game?
It's a privilege. I was here last year at Newport, so being back is, thank you. Thank you for everything.
Awesome. Giovanni, great job. Best of luck. Guys, back to you.
That's Dave Peck, Southern Division field reporter representing the Newport Gulls with Giovanni Ding Kong.
As I believe the Ocean State Waves representative coming to the dish now.
Dylan Resk from Stony Brook. Or should we say Daniel Keating? Daniel Keating in Dylan Resk's spot, who was initially supposed to be here in the Home Run Derby. We'll see what Daniel Keating can do. Also ran in the 60-yard dash. These right-handed hitters really trying to go towards that pull side gap, that left center field gap, or down the left field line as Keating launches his first home run. That one lands just below the scoreboard over the left field fence.
Keating hitting .224 on the season for an impressive Ocean State team.
Newport Gulls second-year manager Al Leyva throwing to Keating.
4 home runs and 16 RBIs on the season.
Representing Southern Miss. Keating looks like he steps out now, digs back in from the right side, skies this one in the air to center field. That one he just missed. And it's hard, Jasper. I mean, you really have to square it up. I mean, we've talked about no cheap home runs here at Joe Wolf Field, and that's really the story. But Giovanni Ding Kong and Dan Schock both leading the way with 15 home runs. Luke Reynolds with 3.
And Keating, a guy who joined this Ocean State team late. He only played his first game on July 17th, and he already has 4 bombs on the season for them. So that's pretty impressive. Those are pretty impressive numbers given the amount of time that he spent on the team as he stands in from the right side here. Interestingly, Al Leyva from the Gulls is the one throwing to him.
Just hit his second home run. Now his third, and drills this one to deep center field. That one off the base of the fence on the warning track. Keating at Southern Miss. Played in 59 games. He made 41 starts. He hit 11 home runs. That one gone as well for his 4th home run. Also had 31 RBI and a .522 slugging percentage. Keating starting to find the rhythm here at the plate. Launches that one to left field, and that one's gone 5. Now 6 home runs for Keating. Can we make it 7? Yes, we can. Keating really doing a nice job here, trying to catch Giovanni Ding-Kong from Danbury and Dan Schock from New Bedford.
Keating hit a home run in his second, third, and fourth game with the Ocean State Waves. Then hit one just a few days ago just yesterday, I should say, against the Danbury Westerners at Rogers Park.
Keating with less than 5 seconds to go, hit a couple more. And give him 10. Keating with one more swing. And he finishes with 10 home runs representing Southern Miss and Ocean State. So nice job there by Dan Keating. That places him in second place behind Giovanni Ding-Kong and Dan Schock. So Keating with 10. And also Luke Reynolds with Upper Valley. He hit 3.
So the standings right now, Gio Ding-Kong and Dan Schock from Danbury and New Bedford respectively, tied on the leaderboard in first place with 15 bombs apiece. Keating from Ocean State, a last-minute change for him to participate in the Derby. He is in second place with 10 home runs, just hit that. And Luke Reynolds in third. He has 3 bombs from the Upper Valley Nighthawks.
So this should be Ryan Solomon from Mystic and Northeastern. Played in 30 games, made 19 starts. He hit .284 this past spring at Northeastern. Hit 4 home runs, 17 RBI, at a .354 on base percentage.
Solomon on the season for Ocean State, hitting .205, or .202 I should say, with 5 bombs.
Solomon 6'1", 200 pounds from Southborough, Massachusetts, a rising junior at Northeastern. Had a .333 batting average in Colonial Athletic Association play. He went 10 for 33. 3 of his 4 home runs were hit in CAA play. Also had 10 RBI. And continuing the trend of multi-sport athletes, he also played 2 years of basketball at Algonquin Regional High School, and that's, Jasper, a trend that we've talked about. Not only just a lot of baseball talent on the field, but talented athletes.
Absolutely, and that's what you're going to see from a lot of these Division I guys. In high school, they've really kind of done it all. And you see a lot of combinations: football, baseball, hockey, baseball, basketball, baseball.
Solomon trying to put one out here, trying to catch Giovanni Ding-Kong and Jan Schock. 2 home runs now for Solomon. Drills that one to deep left center field, and that one is gone. Give him 3. 13 home run derby participants here in North Adams. Already 3 home runs. Now give him 4. This is Ryan Solomon at the plate representing the Mystic Schooners and Northeastern. Hit 4 home runs at Northeastern this past spring and hit .284 in 19 starts and 30 games played. Now just hit his 5th home run, that one over the left field fence.
That was an absolute bomb to left field.
See if he got all of that one to deep left center, and that one gets out as well. 6 home runs for Ryan Solomon from Northeastern and Mystic. Gets under that one in the right center field. And even the outs here, even the ones that don't clear the fence, Jasper, are still unbelievably well struck.
Morning track power almost always.
Certainly. That one to deep left center field. That one's good for number 6. And it's interesting, with the 3-minute clock, you know, it also puts some stress on your batting practice throwing pitchers.
Right.
because you have to throw strikes and you have to throw at a rather rapid pace. It's not easy.
Absolutely. You can't have some, I mean, you know, the nice stories about having, grandpa out there throwing BP, that's all good, but now that you got a clock on you, you got to get some strikes over because you don't have all day, and so that's what you see here is the stress for both these guys involved.
Less than 10 seconds for Solomon. Now he gets his final pitch and pops that one up to the right side. That's Ryan Solomon from Northeastern. He finishes with 6 home runs. That places him in front of Luke Reynolds from Upper Valley, but behind Dan Keating, Dan Schock, and Giovanni Ding-Kong. Ryan Solomon completing his home run derby round from Northeastern.
That's going to bring up Ryan Hugerwerf from the Vermont Mountaineers, another two-sport guy. He was a high school football player in Allen, Texas. And interestingly, I was speaking to him a little while ago. His high school football stadium is worth, guess how much money? $6.6 million. And it ended up having a lot of issues, but since been repaired.
Well, Jasper, it doesn't surprise me. You see, Hugerwerf from Allen, Texas, a huge high school football stadium.
Right.
Doesn't necessarily surprise me, but unbelievably impressive.
So he was the backup to the high school player who was at time ranked the best quarterback in the country.
There you go.
Hugerwerf stands in from the right side. The Mountaineers shortstop Mike Hartnagel will be throwing his BP. First one misses inside. Hartnagel working that inside corner. Hugerwerf sees one he likes, pops it up to the right side.
Hugerwerf representing Vermont and Portland.
That's a bomb to left field that'll get out of here. First home run for him.
Played in 48 games for Portland this past spring. He made 47 starts. He hit .213 with 7 home runs and 23 RBI. Had a .414 slugging percentage. He led Portland in home runs this past spring.
On the NECBL season, he's hitting .242 with 4 bombs. He also paces the Mountaineers in homers. As he hits his second there. This one driven out to deep left, but off the base of the wall.
Actually spent his freshman year at Louisiana Tech before heading to Cisco College. So Hugerwerf has kind of been around a little bit with various baseball teams at the college level.
This one hit high in the air to center field, back towards the wall, and it's just short off the base of the fence out there. Hugerwerf drives this one opposite field, right, and pretty deep, and that'll fall just short on the warning track out there. Deep right field. That one popped up to the right side. It's going to get down in fair territory. And a lot of little leaguers from the North Adams area scattering across the outfield, shagging fly balls as Hugerwerf jacks his 4th. Standings right now, Gio Ding-Kong and Dan Schock tied for first, with Dan Keating in second with 10 homers.
Ding-Kong and Schock leading the way, like you mentioned, with 15 home runs. Both are tied for the lead currently.
Hugerwerf crushes that one left field pretty deep, back by the wall. That one's gone. He's got 5 homers with a minute to go. Got to speed things up here. Standing in from the right side. That one hit to center field, but that deep porch out there, it's not going to be far enough.
You bring up football, and Hugerwerf played football at Allen High School, another multi-sport athlete. His sophomore year at Cisco College, he hit 8 home runs. That was just a year ago in 2016. Had 14 doubles, a triple, 40 RBI, and 46 runs scored. Was at Louisiana Tech before transferring to Cisco College. All of this prior to his current school at Portland.
Hugerwerf big into hunting and fishing, which kind of makes Vermont the perfect place for him. As he has just 10 seconds left, 5 bombs right now for Ryan Hugerwerf. And he jacks that one high in the air to left, and that one will fall just short. So one final swing for Hugerwerf. Pitch coming in from Mike Hartnagel. He lets the first one go. Second one misses away. As he pops it up back over the backstop behind the on top of the grandstand as we hear it fall on the roof above us. So 5 bombs for Ryan Hugerwerf. And that's going to bring up Nico Holsizer.
And it looks like we have Dave Peck standing alongside a Mystic schooner. That one looks like Ryan Solomon. We'll send it down to Dave whenever they're ready.
But Holsizer coming up here from the Valley Blue Sox in Morehead State. And we talked about it earlier, but he won the College Home Run Derby in Omaha earlier this year, and which makes him an interesting figure to watch coming into today's Derby here at Joe Wolf Field.
Absolutely, and certainly someone with tons of athletic ability. Was named a first-team All-American by Collegiate Baseball, National Collegiate Baseball Writers Association, Perfect Game in Rawlings, and College Sports Madness. Holsizer hit 27 home runs at Morehead State this past spring.
And it looks like we have Ryan Murphy standing by with the Vermont Mountaineers representative Ryan Hugerwerf. Let's send it down to Ryan.
Got 5 up and out of Joe Wolf Field. How'd you feel at the plate today?
Felt good. Felt really good. Thought I hit a couple there that snuck out, but I guess not. Just having fun out there.
Big ballpark, tough to get out here at Joe Wolf Field, very similar to where you guys play up at the recreation field in Montpelier. Just talk about how the season's gone for you guys. You've gone on a couple of nice runs and really been a tough team to take on in the NECBL this year.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a lot of times where we just started clicking as a team, taking a couple in a row and just playing really good baseball. A lot of guys on the team are just everybody on the team really just love to play the game, love to play hard, and just got after this summer really.
I have to ask, you've seen a lot of these guys play. If you're not going to win it, do you have a favorite? Do you have a guy that you think's going to take it?
This guy right here is pretty hard to compete with, but Ding Kong's put on a good show, so it'll be interesting. It'll be fun to watch.
We'll see what Nico Holsizer can do. He's at the plate right now. We'll send it back up to Darren and Jasper. Thank you, Ryan Hugerwerf.
Thank you very much, Ryan Murphy, as Nico Holsizer crushing this one to left center field, and that one will fall just short. And Ryan Hugerwerf said it. He had a couple that almost got out of here, kind of hitting the base of the wall, and we saw one there from Holsizer.
Holsizer now with 4 home runs, drills that one to left field.
As he lines that one into left field, but on the ground. 4 bombs so far as he crushes this one to center field pretty deep back by the wall, and that one's gone. That's his 5th bomb. Again, out of Morehead State, having an impressive season for the Valley Blue Sox, making the All-Star team as well as competing in both skills competitions, hitting .243 on the season for Valley with 6 bombs.
Holsizer named the Ohio Valley Conference Co-Player of the Year, was a first-team All-OVC selection and second-team All-American as well. That was by the American Baseball Coaches Association and Rawlings, and was also first-team All-South region by the American Baseball Coaches Association and Rawlings. The accolades are numerous for Nico Holsizer, representing the Valley Blue Sox and Morehead State. Now has just hit his 6th home run.
Kind of shaking his head up there, and he came through in the final round of the College Home Run Derby that had the bright lights of ESPN on it. Now trying to take home the NECBL crown for the most bombs, as this one skied out to right field, but that one's going to fall short of the warning track. That's just 10 seconds left, and that one won't get out of here either. One hops the wall out there.
3, 2, 1. All right, great job, Nico. One last shot.
Nico Holsizer will have 1 pitch left. He has 6 homers right now. Now here comes his last swing. He looks at the first one, and he drives it to left field, but on the ground. So 6 total bombs for Nico Holsizer, as that will put him in 3rd place. Really 4th behind Ding Kong, Schock, and Keating.
Yeah, not a bad showing there from Holsizer. Definitely one of the favorites to win this, along with Giovanni Dinkong, who's tied with Dan Schock for first place with 15 home runs. And also, you can't forget about Dan Keating from Ocean State and Southern Miss. He hit 10. So already 3 players, Jasper, with double-digit home run totals, and we're just about halfway through. 6 of our 13 participants here in the Home Run Derby have completed their first round of swings.
Yeah, Ryan Solomon with 6 bombs, so Solomon Holsizer ties Solomon with 6 homers, and that'll bring up the hometown boy, Dylan Paulson, representing the North Adams Steeplecats, who has 6 homers on the season for the Cats. You hear the hometown crowd cheer for him as he will stand in from the left side, and we have Ryan Murphy with Nico Holsizer.
I'm really excited for playoffs, and I think my team is as well.
Nico Holsizer puts up 6 in the first round of the NECBL Home Run Derby. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Ryan, as we hear the latter part of that interview with Nico Holsizer from the Valley Blue Sox, as Dylan Paulson standing in now, the left-handed hitter. He has 1 bomb. That one hit high in the air, right field. Back it goes, and it's out of here. That ball way out of here into the parking lot across the street. And a big bomb there from Dylan Paulson as he hits another one to right field. And apparently he's not having much trouble at all with that right field fence. 4 homers through less than a minute right now.
Certainly impressive, and it's not easy to hit one out there. We talked about the 6 to 7 mile per hour winds blowing in, and may have another one here.
As that one will fall just short. Paulson 304 on the season for the Steeplecats. Has had an impressive season. North Adams has just 1 home game left.
Paulson out of Southern California hit 1 home run with the Trojans this past spring. Made 29 starts, I should say. 26 for 109. 3 RBI.
Hit high in the air, right field and deep again, and that ball is out of here. His 7th dinger, as he is putting on an impressive show right now. That ball again hit well to right field. Back it goes and gone. 8 homers. 8 homers right now for Dylan Paulson, a guy who originally wasn't even supposed to be in this derby because Bryce Peterson, as he hits his 9th there, Bryce Peterson was supposed to be the original contestant in the derby, but he is injured, and replacing him is Dylan Paulson. And I know that the Steeplecats were arguing about who was going to get to do this earlier, and I think they might have made the right choice here. Paulson with 9 bombs, a minute to go.
No doubt about it. He has been excellent, and Paulson played in 41 games this past spring at USC, Southern California. Slugging percentage of .358.
Hit high in the air, right field, pretty deep, and it's gone. 10th dinger. Got to hit 1 more to move into 2nd place ahead of Keating. As that's an outside pitch, you can't do much with it. Looking for his 11th bomb here as this one is crushed in the air. Right field line. Let's see if it stays fair, and it will. It's out of here. His 11th bomb. So he will move into at least 2nd place. Dylan Paulson, the hometown kid, as this one's hit high in the air. Right field pretty well, and that is his 12th. He'll get 1 more pitch, trying to hit his 13th bomb. And already he has moved into 2nd place. That one hit on the ground, so he will finish with 12 home runs. And I have to say, for a left-handed hitter here, that was a very impressive performance.
Certainly not easy to hit one out, and what an impressive performance, absolutely. 6'3", 215 pounds out of San Marcos, California, and University of Southern California. What a showing from the rising junior representing the hosts here, the North Adams Steeplecats.
See if we can talk to Dylan Paulson in just a couple of minutes. But I have to say, for a guy who wasn't even supposed to be in the Derby as of a couple hours ago, I'm very impressed with what he just did at the plate.
7 participants have already competed of the 13-man field. And it's still Giovanni Ding-Kong and Dan Schock leading the way with 15 home runs. And like you mentioned, Paulson with 12, technically in third place. And what a showing from Paulson.
Absolutely, so we will send things down to Ryan Murphy, who's standing by with him. Ryan?
All right, guys, I'm here with Dylan Paulson, who put on a show for the home fans, put up a 12 spot here in the Home Run Derby. And Dylan, that had to feel good in front of these North Adams fans.
Oh, that was awesome. I just went out there, tried to have fun, try to just do what I know I'm capable of, and I had a blast out there. It was awesome.
I mean, it had to help that you get a big league pitcher grooving him in there for you.
Dude for sure knows exactly where it's going, so that helped for sure. He was able to just put him where he wanted to, and I was able to do the rest.
And it definitely also had to help. You know this ballpark so well. You've played almost every day here at Joe Wolf Field, and to be able to do it here has to be even more special.
Oh, it was awesome. At the end of the round, I went up to TJ, said that one was for North Adams, so I had a blast. Able to do it in front of the home fans, too.
Dylan Paulson puts himself in a third with 12 home runs. We'll see if that gets him into the final round. But Biceps Baselli from Keene is up, back up the top.
Thank you very much, Ryan Murphy, down at the field, the voice of the North Adams Steeplecats, as Rob Baselli, Biceps Baselli, as he's called.
Out of St. John's, hit 3 home runs at St. John's this past spring, 9 RBI.
He has 4 home runs right now as he's standing in from the right side. That ball hit really high in the air, left center field. That'll get out of here. Another one hit almost the same spot to left field. That one falls just shy as he is hitting some high bombs right now.
Certainly is. Played in 23 games at St. John's. He made 14 starts. Transferred to St. John's from Mercer County Community College and just hit his 6th home run.
So Alex Cordione, who is Baselli's cousin, is throwing to him right now. Cordione is a former player himself from Phoenixville, Pennsylvania, right-handed, and he's throwing to his cousin. That one hit well down the left field line, falling in fair territory, but not deep enough. As he has 1 minute left on the season for the Keene Swamp Bats. Baselli hitting .231 with 8 home runs. Trying to make a name for himself here. He has 8 home runs in the Derby right now. Time is winding down as he crushes this one high in the air, left field. Back by the wall, and I believe that one gets out of here. That's his 9th as this one's hit well to left. That one will get out. That's his 10th, I believe, as again driven to left field. Biceps Baselli, and make it 11 as that one is gone. And another one driven to left field, pretty deep. Back she goes, and it's gone. 12th home run for Rob Baselli. And with 10 seconds left, he has put himself in a good position to move on to the second round here.
Absolutely, what a showing, and just incredible amounts of strength by Baselli. Also, Jasper, guess what? Another multi-sport athlete in high school played football at Holy Spirit High School, and you can see the strength from Baselli. What a showing.
So 13 total bombs. The standings now. Gio Ding-Kong and Dan Schock, who each hit 14 pops, are tied for first place. In second place now is Rob Baselli, I believe, as he hits 13. And then in third, we have Dan Keating from Ocean State, in third we have Dylan Paulson from the Steeplecats. Fourth place is Keating from Ocean State, followed by Holsizer, Hoogerwerf, and Luke Reynolds.
Let's see what Riley Pittman can do, I believe, from the Sanford Mainers. He'll bat from the left side out of Arkansas Little Rock.
Pittman on the season for Sanford, hitting .228 with 3 homers at Goodall Park down in Sanford. Now the first pitch to him is driven right away down the right field line, but that one's going to fall a few hops short of the fence. He'll be trying to work that right field corner, where where the wind, as we mentioned, blowing in from. It's his first. As that one hit well, right field pretty deep. Back it goes. And I believe Ryan Murphy standing by with Rob Baselli.
We're going to make some noise. We're going to get there. I think if we just play baseball like we can, just pitch and field the ball, we're going to be just fine. We just got to get to the playoffs and anything can happen from there.
Rob Biceps Baselli throws up a 13 spot, good for third place in the NECBL Home Run Derby. Rob, thanks. Hopefully we'll see you in the final round.
As that's Ryan Murphy. Thank you, Ryan. Downstairs with Rob Baselli, who is in second place now with 13 homers. Batting now from the Sanford Mainers is Riley Pittman. 3 regular season bombs for him. This one driven down the right field line, falling in foul territory.
And we've already seen the power from Pittman thus far. Hit 8 home runs for Arkansas Little Rock, 34 RBI. Also tallied the team's longest hitting streak of the season, and that was at 15 games. He also had 14 multi-hit games this past year.
It's his 5th jack. And this one hit well. Right field, just inside the foul pole. That's number 6. So working that right field line, as he's kind of been right around that right field foul pole a couple times now. And there's 2 Pittmans on the Sanford Mainers, not related, Riley and JT. Riley hitting .228, JT at .181 right now. He's played in 34 games, or Riley's played in 34 games for the Mainers. It's 15 RBIs on the season.
Pittman hit 174 at Arkansas Little Rock. Was ranked as the number 7 first baseman out of high school in the state of Texas by perfect game.
That one falling right on the warning track, just missed one there. That'll fall short as well, as he's starting to get under some here. And it has to be kind of a mind game for these players as to when they want to take their timeout and their quick break. He hasn't used one yet. The last couple of guys haven't used their break at all. Maybe you kind of have some momentum. You just would rather not take a break in the middle of a derby.
You know, it's all about keeping the rhythm, and that's certainly something that cannot be understated.
As he finishes with 7 bombs for the Sanford Mainers. Not a bad showing there. We have just 2 contestants left in what has been a thoroughly entertaining derby so far, as he takes his one last pitch deep to right field. And, I don't know. That one was right on top of the foul pole, and that's not for us to decide, but I think I'm going to call that a fair ball. What do you think?
They're going to say it was fair. How about that? Give him 8 home runs. That's what they're saying down on the field. Well struck, for sure.
Yeah, that ball was hammered down the line. He hit a bunch of them right in the neighborhood of that right field foul pole. As we'll see if we can speak to him in just a minute. But right now, nobody has touched Gio Dingkong or Rob Baselli, or Dan Schock, who are in the lead. Rob Baselli in second with 13 jacks.
Looks like Kobe Claiborne from Winnipesaukee is set to dig in.
As Claiborne digs in from the left side, take a couple of bunts, and as he does, we'll send things down to Ryan Murphy. Ryan?
All right, here with Riley Pittman, who put up an 8 spot here in the NECBL Home Run Derby. Riley, how'd it feel out there?
Felt great, just coming out here, just to have a good time, enjoy a couple last times with my players and coaches, and just really enjoy it with these guys out here. That's an all-star game.
A little different hitting in this ballpark as opposed to hitting up at Goodall?
Oh, yeah. A lot shorter ports at Goodall. Easy to chip them out of there. A little bit bigger here, but the atmosphere's good, so it was a good time.
Yeah, you talked about the atmosphere, just, it's got to be fun, good crowd on hand. Guys all seem to be into it. It seems like everyone's having a good time.
Yeah, my family's out here. They came up from Texas, so it's all a good time. The atmosphere's great. I was nervous, so I didn't think I was going to be nervous, but it's a good time. It's a lot of fun.
Riley, Riley Pittman got that 8th one in, tucked it right inside the pole to end that had to be the best way to end it, just by tucking it inside the foul pole down the right field line.
Yeah, I can go home a happy camper now for sure.
Riley Pittman throws up an 8 spot as Kobe Claiborne hitting from the Winnipesaukee Muskrats. Guys, back to you.
Thank you very much. Ryan Murphy down at the field as Claiborne, the 350 hitter for the Winnipesaukee Muskrats with 12 regular season jacks, standing in from the left side here as he has a goose egg so far. Being thrown to by a member of the Upper Valley coaching staff, I believe, as he crushes that one down the right field line, but foul. I'll tell you, we've got a pretty good crowd on hand here in the grandstand in front of us.
Oh, absolutely. And here to see Kobe Claiborne put on a show with the power. Hit 2 home runs at Abilene Christian this past spring. Played in 51 games. He made 47 starts and hit 263 with 22 RBI.
As he looks at one missing away. And up against the clock here. 3 minutes for each of these guys. As hitting balls that fall short of the wall don't hurt you, but you've got to be in a hurry to hit a bunch out. As that one falling in foul territory down the line. This one hit well, right field, pretty deep. Back it goes, and it's gone. His first home run as Claiborne has 1 minute as he jacks that one to right field, pretty deep. Kiss it goodbye, his second dinger in a couple seconds there. As that one hit well to right, and that'll go foul. But he started off a little slow, but in the last minute here, a couple of deep jacks down the right field line.
It transferred from Odessa College to Abilene Christian, where he hit .407 in 53 games with 7 home runs and 53 RBI at Odessa College. Also scored 47 runs as he just hit his 3rd home run here in the Derby.
As this one hit well, right field, but that will fall short out there. As he's starting to get under a couple now, under a minute remaining, just 10 seconds now. As being counted down over the PA. As he has 4 bombs right now. As that one will get out of here. That ball left in a hurry. One final pitch as he looks at the first one he sees. And he'll drive that one, but foul. So 4 totals jacks for Kobe Claiborne. So he will get in front of just Luke Reynolds from Upper Valley. Now 2 contestants left from Newport and Plymouth, respectively.
We'll see what Gabe Snyder can do, the 2016 defending NECBL Home Run Derby champion. And we'll see maybe if Ryan Murphy will be able to talk with Kobe Claiborne, and that looks like that'll happen. We'll send it down to the voice of the Steeplecats, Ryan Murphy, and Northern Division field reporter.
Got 4 out of Joe Wolf Field. Kobe, how'd you feel out there?
Felt pretty good for the most part, but it's a big park. Tough to hit at, especially tough for lefties today, but it is what it is.
Had one of the best seasons in the NECBL, over 10 home runs for the Muskrats. What have you been able to do well this summer to have such a good summer for the Muskrats?
I'm just seeing the ball well, and I'm just going out and competing every day, and just glad I'm getting enough at-bats to stay in a rhythm and have a good time and just put together a good season.
Kobe Claiborne puts up a 4 in the NECBL Home Run Derby. Kobe, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
So here's Gabe Snyder out of Wright State. Trying to go to that right field gap. Put him over the fence. We'll see what he can do. Hammers this one. That one to deep right field. And that one's gone. That's his first home run. Snyder hit 20 home runs in last year's Home Run Derby Championship hosted by the Newport Gulls. And we'll see what Snyder can do. Like we said, out of Wright State. Played and started 59 games this past spring. Hit 13 home runs with 49 RBI, a 289 batting average, and drills that one to right center field, and that one is gone over the jungle gym out there. He's got 2. Led the team at Wright State in home run, RBI, doubles, and tied a team lead in games played as he clubs his third home run. The defending NECBL Home Run Derby champion Gabe Snyder already with 3. He bats from the left side. Gulls manager Al Leyva throwing to Snyder. Bats from the left side. Last year's All-Star game in Newport, Jasper. What a game that was. It ended in a tie. It was an 8-8 tie as Snyder hammers that one to deep right field. That one's gone. Good for number 4. It ended in an 8-8 tie. First time the NECBL All-Star game has ever ended in a tie. But how about the comeback from the Southern Division? Give Snyder 5. Now he one-hops the fence. An 8-1 comeback from the Southern Division. They put up 5 runs in the 8th inning to tie the game at 8. And then also the Southern Division had a chance there in the bottom of the 9th. They loaded the bases with 1 out and then a double play. Ended the ball game. Now Snyder continuing to put him over the fence. Give him 7 now. So if that is any type of preview for how this All-Star game is going to be this year, it's going to be an exciting one.
Yeah, I think we could well be in for a good one. You got the best guys in the league facing off against one another, and oftentimes All-Star games aren't that high scoring, especially in this league, because the pitching is just so good in the NECBL. That's not to say that the offense isn't, but you're really seeing some top-level arms here as 8 bombs right now for the defending Home Run Derby champ.
Gabe Snyder representing the Newport Gulls and Wright State with 8 home runs. Bats from the left side, doing a nice job. We talked about how it is tough for left-handed hitters. With that 7 to 8 mile an hour winds blowing in from right field, Snyder looks like he may have number 9, and he does. Now give him number 10, able to go yard, and 11. Snyder with 1 more swing. Being thrown to by Gulls manager Al Leyva. Drills that one down the right field line. Did it stay fair? Yes, it did. It's 11 home runs for Snyder. Let's see. Do they give it to him? They will give it to him. 12. So 12 home runs for Snyder. Very impressive showing by Newport's first baseman out of Wright State. The defending 2016 NECBL Home Run Derby champion Gabe Snyder. So here's what the leaderboard looks like right now. Giovanni Ding Kong, representing the Danbury Westerners and St. Thomas Aquinas, is tied with Dan Schock, who's with New Bedford and Sacred Heart. They both are tied for the lead with 15 home runs. In third place with 13 home runs is Rob Boselli III from the Keene Swamp Bats and St. John's. And right behind Boselli in fourth place with 12 home runs is Gabe Snyder. Also, he is tied with Dylan Paulson from the North Adams Steeplecats and Southern California with 12. With 10 home runs is Dan Keating from Ocean State and Southern Miss. And then with 8 is Riley Pittman with the Sanford Mainers and Arkansas Little Rock. As Rob Scafariello from Plymouth and Quinnipiac at the plate. Hit 16 home runs for Quinnipiac this year and drills that one to deep center field. That one is gone for his first home run. Now that one crushed to left field. Deep and out of here for number 2 for Scafariello. Already 2 home runs for the right-handed hitting Scafariello. He was named to the 2017 All-Metro Athletic Conference first team and was an All-2017 NEIBA All-Region third team selection. Now just hit his 3rd home run. Can we give him 4? Yes, we can. Over the white tent out there, over the left field scoreboard. Scafariello, the final contestant, up to the plate and just hit his 5th home run. Trying to catch Giovanni Ding Kong and Dan Schock, who lead with 15 home runs. He just hit his 6th. Crushes that one to left center. Is it good for number 7? Yes, it is. This could be 8 for Scafariello. That one way gone. His 8th. Could be number 9 on the way. Left center field and deep. Out of here for the Quinnipiac product. Rolls over on that one down the third baseline. 9 home runs for Scafariello. Transferred to Quinnipiac from San Jacinto College in Houston, Texas, where he hit .320 with 11 home runs and 33 RBI. Drills that one to deep left center field. That one is gone. It's good for number 10.
1 minute left.
So we'll see what he can do here, trying to catch Ding Kong and Schock.
Scafariello, a lot of kind of short bombs out to left field, falling just short there, as this one struck pretty well.
That's good for number 11 over that left center field fence. Can we give him 12? Yes. A line drive home run. Needs 3 more. As his time looks to have been almost expired. Has 10 seconds to try and hit 3 out of here, Jasper. We've seen a lot of power. And it looks like Dave Peck is alongside Gabe Snyder.
Gabe Snyder, Newport Gull. Gabe, 12 home runs, and you are watching right now as the next guy up has 12 as well. Might be a little bit of a showdown here, playoff.
Yeah, that would be exciting for the fans, I know, but I think he just got it right there. Shoot.
that looked like 13. You know, might not be out of it yet. 13 home runs for this guy, but you had 20 last year as you were the 2016 champ. How good does it feel to just be back here?
Oh, it's a great experience to be with all these players and get to compete. So I'm having a good time.
All right, enjoy the rest of the day. Guys, back to you.
Thanks so much, Dave. Scafariello with 14. He was able to club a couple over the left field fence. Needs 1 to tie, has a swing to do it.
Wow.
For the Quinnipiac product. The pitch on the way. Hit in the air deep left center field. Is it gone? Yes, it is. How about Liam Scafariello? Wow. 15 home runs, ties Ding Kong and Schock for first place. A 3-way tie.
So, moving into the championship, there's 3 guys who move into the championship round, correct? So, all 3 of those guys hit 15 bombs in their first round.
It's the top 4 from what it seems
so
like.
Rob Baselli will move in as well. And falling just a homer short is Dylan Paulson, who had an impressive performance himself. But 3 different guys hitting 15 jacks in 3 minutes.
Unbelievable stuff. So the top 4 home run hitters move on to the championship round. And if I'm correct, those home runs do not carry over. So whoever hits the most home runs in this round will win. Pretty simple stuff. So we'll see. It's Giovanni Ding Kong, Dan Schock, Liam Scafariello, and Rob Boselli III. Ding Kong, Schock, and Scafariello all tied for first place with 15 home runs in the preliminary round before Boselli was able to hit 13 over the fence of his own. An exciting home run derby. After the 60-yard dash, that was won by Goodman of UCLA. And what an impressive showing it has been here in the home run derby.
As we move into the final round here, and the Northern and Southern Division guys huddling around in front of their dugout as we await the final 4 contestants. The 3 guys who hit 15, Ding Kong, Schock, and Scafariello. And then the 3rd place finisher, Rob Biceps Baselli from the Swamp Bats.
Here's Dave Peck with Liam Scafariello of Plymouth, who's going to the championship round.
To go. Did that have anything to do with it? A little extra pressure? You knew what you had to get?
Not really. I just, go out and do my thing, and hopefully it paid out, and it did.
I was actually talking with Gabe Snyder while you hit your 13th home run to go into that next round. What were you feeling up there? How was it working?
I was just feeling good. BP pitcher was amazing. Dennis just putting it where I liked it. So.
Now the Pilgrims clinched that third spot in the Southern Division. What do you guys got to do moving forward to get that Fay Vincent Cup?
We just got to keep pitching, doing our thing, and start scoring more runs, and hopefully it'll pay off.
All right, enjoy the day. 15 home runs. He'll advance into the championship round of the Home Run Derby. Guys, back to you.
Thanks so much, Dave. Dave Peck with Liam Scaffarello of Plymouth and Quinnipiac going to the championship round here of the Home Run Derby. And this is Dan Schock out of Sacred Heart. Hit 15 home runs in his first round. Bats from the right side. What a display of power and athleticism here in the 2017 New England Collegiate Baseball League Home Run Derby. This is Dan Schock representing New Bedford and Sacred Heart. Just hit his first home run.
Dan Schock really set the pace for this derby, hitting 15 in the second. He was the second guy to hit, and he went yard with 15, really kind of setting the pace for an exciting long ball derby here, as he's off to a hot start with 3 already.
Lines that one into left field. We'll see what Schock can do. Like you said, hit 15, and now just hit his 4th of the championship round. Schock with 1 minute left, trying to win the NECBL Home Run Derby title. Already with 4 home runs for Schock. Out of Sacred Heart, drills that one deep left field, and that one is off the fence. Still 4 home runs for the right-handed hitting Schock.
That's a tough break. That ball was hammered out there right off the wall.
At 203 in 48 games for Sacred Heart. He just hit his 5th home run now. Can we give him 6? No, again, off the fence. Second one off the fence from Schock. Hit 4 home runs at Sacred Heart with 23 RBI. 2016, though, he hit 9 home runs. That led the team and was 3rd in the Northeast Conference. Schock able to go deep once again before time expires. Give him 7 home runs. He'll take his final swing here. Interesting how the final swing is after a quick breather.
Right.
And Schock will end the championship round with 7 home runs. That's very interesting because you don't always see that. In Major League Baseball, in the MLB Home Run Derby, gives you an extra time to regain your composure, to take a deep breath, to relax, and to get back in the box and really end the round with your best swing.
Yeah, absolutely. That last swing, obviously critical, and it's been the deciding swing for a couple of guys already here.
So 7 home runs for Schock.
All right, we'll be gathering up the balls, and then moving back to the championship round.
Giovanni Ding Kong will hit next. And he broke the all-time NECBL home run record earlier this season. He's the second-year Danbury Westerner. And it's probably the unanimous pick for the best name in the league. Giovanni Ding Kong, and he hits a lot of ding-dongs himself. 13 this year.
Ding Kong representing the Danbury Westerners and St. Thomas Aquinas. 6'2", 230 pounds, a rising senior, a native of Daly City, California. Played in 61 games for St. Thomas Aquinas. He hit 20 home runs this past spring alone. Looking to put on a show here. Needs 7 to tie, 8 to take the lead past Dan Schock, who he tied with 15 home runs in the first round. Did he get his first? Yes, he did. Over the left field fence for Ding Kong. Drills that one. Left center field, that one not gone. 2 hops the wall. Giovanni Ding Kong named the 2017 All-East Coast Conference first team selection. Led St. Thomas Aquinas in home runs, RBI, slugging percentage, and stolen bases. Just hit his 2nd home run. 25 stolen bases as well. And Jasper, this is a guy in Ding Kong that does it all, plays tremendous defense, has incredible power, hits for average, and steals bases. He's really a rarity in terms of the tools that he has as a player.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, the home run is the most exciting part of his game, but he's a guy who can really do it all for Danbury. And he has. He's hitting .312 on the season for them. Huge part of that offense down there.
With 3 home runs, now make it 4. Trying to catch Dan Schock, who hit 7 in the championship round. About 30 seconds to go here for Ding Kong.
He is a second-year Westerner. He had .288 with 9 homers, which led the team and was tied for 4th in the NECBL last year for Danbury.
Also had a .403 on-base percentage at St. Thomas Aquinas. Now 5 home runs for Ding Kong as he goes yard off the scoreboard. Now 6. This one drilled to left center. Is it gone? Yes, it is. He ties Dan Schock with 7 home runs. So how about that, Jasper? Ding Kong on his last 3 swings goes yard on each pitch. He has a chance on his final swing to take the lead.
So this is what it's all going to come down to. He's got to take a minute.
This is a huge swing. Ding Kong lifts this one in the air. Left field may have gotten under it. And he just did as it lands short of the left field fence. Ding Kong and Schock, 22 combined home runs, 15 in round 1, 7 in round 2 for Schock and Ding Kong respectively. What a showing here today from these home run hitters, Jasper.
Absolutely. They've been tied both rounds, so we'll see what Biceps Baselli can do in the final here. He needs 8 to win it. He hit 13 in his first go-around, so it all comes down to this.
We'll see what Boselli can do, representing the Keene Swamp Bats and St. John's. Hit 3 home runs this past spring at St. John's, a .238 batting average, and 14 starts in 23 games played. We'll turn things over to Jasper for the call of Boselli's championship round here in the Home Run Derby.
So Rob Baselli stands in from the right side with a chance to win it. He goes yard, or he goes deep with his first one as that one gets out of here. Again, Ding Kong and Schock with 7 apiece, and already 2 here for Baselli as he pops 2 up under a couple. Oh no, one of those getting out of here to deep left. Is that one driven left field pretty well? Back it goes, and it's gone. Number 4. 4 home runs. He needs 4 more for the W. He likes them high, again being thrown to by his cousin, Alex Cordione, a former baseball player, as he hits his 5th from Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. 6 home runs. Baselli is well on his way as he pops this one up. Left field, it's out of here. He's tied Ding Kong and Schock. He needs 1 more. As this one hit high in the air. Center field, but it's not going to go. This one driven. Center field, back by the wall, and it's gone. His 8th homer as he takes the lead here in the final round. As this one driven left field pretty deep, back by the wall, and that ball is out of here. 9 now. And 10 as he drives another one out of here. And 11 as that's over the left field fence. That hit well out towards left field, but that won't get out. Rob Baselli has taken the lead here in the final round.
What a showing from Baselli, and that pull side gap power to left field may have another one. One hops the fence.
Oh, just shy there. So Baselli will have one last pitch.
Robert Boselli III from St. John's and the Keene Swamp Bats at the plate. Hit 3 home runs at St. John's this past spring, transferred from Mercer County Community College.
He has 8 homers on the season for the Swamp Bats as he looks at his first pitch. And he drives that one to left field, but well short of the wall. So Rob Boselli finishes with 11. So we have Ding Kong with 7, Schock with 7, Boselli with 11. And that will bring up Scaffarello, I believe, correct?
William Scaffarello from Plymouth and Quinnipiac University needs 11 to tie and 12 to win. Gets no bigger than this. Scaffarello batting from the right side. The American flag, Jasper, starting to wave a little more above the green and white scoreboard located beyond the left field fence.
Yeah.
We'll see what Scaffarello can do.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is the
Big spot. Scaffarello hit 15 home runs in the preliminary first round. 6'4", 260 pounds. Drafted in the 38th round by the Atlanta Braves in the 2015 MLB draft. Scaffarello with 2 minutes to try and put at least 11 over the fence, 12 to win. Let's see what he can do. Scaffarello with tons of power. May have hit his first one there. That one a long way. That one is way gone. 1 home run for Scaffarello. At Quinnipiac this past spring, he hit 16 home runs to lead the team. 39 RBI, that led the team. Just hit his second home run, now his third. Scaffarello now with 4 all over the left field fence. Is this number 5? Yes, 5 for the Quinnipiac product representing the Plymouth Pilgrims.
Needs 7 to win it here.
Scaffarello.
7 more to win it, I should say.
Needs 11 to tie and 12 to win. Drills that one to center field and deep, and that one hops the fence. Scaffarello trying to catch Rob Boselli III. Hammers that one to deep left field, and that one is gone for number 6. Ding Kong and Schock each had 7. Boselli III with 11. Scaffarello. Give him 7. Has to find a way to keep pace with Boselli. That could be number 8. And it is over the left field fence. Under 10 seconds to go for Scaffarello. Is that number 9? And it looks like it is not. Scaffarello with 8 takes his final swing, and that will be it. It's Rob Boselli, the 2017 New England Collegiate Baseball League Home Run Derby champion, representing the Keene Swamp Bats and St. John's. Boselli hit 13 home runs in the first round, 11 in the second round. Give him 24 total. Jasper, he's your home run derby champion.
Yeah, and well deserved. He comes on. He had one of the later sessions in the first round. He comes on. He hits 13 out and paces the competition in the second round as well, as he jacks 11 ahead of Ding Kong, Schock, and Scaffarello, and he will come away with the W, being presented a dream bat by Sean McGrath, the commissioner of the NECBL, congratulated by both Ding Kong and Schock over in front of the Southern Division dugout.
So to recap things for you, Curtis Gooden won the 2017 New England Collegiate Baseball League 60-yard dash. Really had an incredible showing. He was able to post a time of 6.45. He defeated Nico Holsizer in that final round. And it looks like Boselli down on the field. Maybe we'll get a chance to interview him as well. But Gooden out of UCLA was able to win the 60-yard dash representing UCLA. And the North Adams Steeplecats. And really, what an incredible showing from Gooden. And how about Rob Boselli here? Clubbing 13 home rounds in the first round, 11 in the championship round to win the Derby.
As we send it down to Ryan Murphy with Biceps Pacelli. Ryan.
Biceps Pacelli, and Rob, what a performance you put on here at Joe Wolf Field. How does it feel to be the home run derby champion?
Feels great. It's a humble experience, and I'm just happy to be here and be able to win it. It was awesome. A lot of fun.
You had a shorter time span there in round number 2. Did you change your approach at all with only 2 minutes to hit as opposed to 3?
Yeah, I just tried to swing as many pitches as possible that I thought I could get out, and it worked. I mean, quicker tempo. I told my cousin just throw faster and just try and get it in there, and I'll put the best swing on it that I can.
Has to feel good to win the Derby with this level of competition. All the guys that hit multiple home runs, hit over 10 home runs today, and to top them all, that's got to feel good.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we got a lot of great guys out here swinging. I mean, hitting balls I've never seen hit that far, so it was a lot of fun, and it's truly humble to be able to win this Derby, for sure.
Rob Biceps Pacelli is the NECBL Home Run Derby champion. If you're keeping score at home, that's North 2, South nothing. The Home Run Derby champ and the fastest man, both coming from the north. We'll see if the All-Star game follows that same way. We'll send it back up to the booth.
Thanks so much, Ryan. Congratulations to Rob Boselli, representing the Keene Swamp Bats and St. John's, winning the Home Run Derby with 13 in the first round, 11 in the championship round. He was able to club a total of 24 home runs after Curtis Gooden from UCLA and the North Adams Steeplecats wins the 2017 NECBL 60-yard dash. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a little break up here, come back, and get you ready for the 2017 NECBL All-Star Game. Very excited to see the pregame festivities and the best talent on display. Jasper, any final thoughts from the 60-yard dash and the home run derby?
Well, I thought that was, first of all, a 60-yard dash. Very impressive time there from Curtis Gooden, the former track star, choosing with baseball over track in college, but posting a very impressive 60-yard dash number, the 6.45 to come away with the W. And then thoroughly entertaining home run derby as well, especially in the first round. You got 3 guys hitting 15 jacks apiece. And these are no cheap shot home runs. There are a couple guys who really took some yard here, and in what is a ballpark that's a pretty almost universally described as a pitcher's friendly ballpark. So an impressive showing all the way around as the North takes both the home run derby and the skills competition. That's just bragging rights, as the main event coming up in just a couple minutes here, as we'll step aside and get ready for the All-Star game coming up a little after 5:30.
Absolutely, certainly exciting stuff. Congratulations to Curtis Gooden and Rob Boselli, winners of the 60-yard dash and the home run derby. Don't go anywhere. The All-Star game is up next with its pregame festivities. This is the NECBL Broadcast Network. We'll see you soon, everybody. Thanks for watching and listening. The All-Star game here in the New England Collegiate Baseball League is up next.
Looking for stats, scores.
We are just about ready for the 24th annual New England Collegiate Baseball League All-Star Game first pitch. We are here at Joe Wolf Field in North Adams, Massachusetts. Darren Zaslau with you here, joined alongside the voice of the Vermont Mountaineers and the broadcasting representative for the Northern Division, Jasper Goodman. And we just finished the pregame 60-yard dash and the home run derby. The winner of the 60-yard dash, Jasper Curtis Gooden out of UCLA, representing the North Adams Steeplecats. He recorded a time of 6.45, the 60-yard dash champion. What a display of talent he put up.
Yeah, we talked about it upstairs. I mean, just a really a 6.45 in his 60 is pretty impressive for anyone and a baseball player. For him to do that in front of the hometown crowd here is pretty impressive. And that's something to hang your hat on. You know, he's the fastest guy in the NECBL. He had some stiff competition. Nico Holsizer posted a solid time, as did some other guys. But in the final round, they had 3 guys competing right against one another, which was pretty exciting. And he came away with a W. So it's pretty impressive, and it was pretty cool to watch, too.
Rob Boselli won the home run derby representing the Keene Swamp Bats and St. John's. He hit 13 home runs in the first round before hitting 11 in the championship round to record the victory. Boselli as well, tons of talent, and he grabs the home run derby championship.
They call him Biceps Boselli, and I guess he earned his nickname. We saw 3 guys in the first round of the home run derby hit 15 jacks. And this is a pitcher-friendly ballpark, and those were no cheap shots here. So it was an impressive home run derby right on top of the 60-yard dash, and Boselli comes away with the win as he blew away the competition in the final round.
Should be a very exciting ball game. Last year's ball game, for the first time in NECBL history, hosted by the Newport Gulls at Cardines Field. The All-Star game ended in an 8-8 tie. The Southern Division pulled off a 7-run comeback, scoring 5 of those runs in the 8th inning. We'll see how this All-Star game unfolds here tonight. Getting the ball for the Northern Division, it's going to be Blake Whitney out of South Carolina Upstate, representing the North Adams Steeplecats. And getting the ball for the Southern Division, it's going to be Ben White from Holy Cross, representing the Plymouth Pilgrims. The Northern Division managed by Jason Safarski, the manager for the Upper Valley Nighthawks, and the rest of his staff. And the manager for the Southern Division is Jim Sorrow, representing the Ocean State Waves, along with the rest of his coaching staff. We'll see what time first pitch will be thrown. The pregame festivities will begin around 6:03. For Jasper Goodman, I'm Darren Zaslau. First pitch between the Northern Division All-Stars and the Southern Division All-Stars here